Well, it's the official start of the 2023 deer season for me. Last weekend, Trish and I came up to Rosenberg, set up the tent along with John. We spent the weekend, heard some coyotes howling, and so now I'm going up to start my hunting season. Just me, all by my lonesome today, or this weekend. It'll just be a couple nights, Friday night, Saturday. I'll head back Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, one of the two. Anyways, I'll keep you posted as to what I see. Maybe get a few videos or pictures of some deer to toss in here. But this is Hunter's Log 2023. Cheers. Alrighty, so I'm here at deer camp. I don't know if you can see it here over my shoulder. Maybe I should flip you around. Anyways, I just finished unpacking and started a fire outside. Looks like everything held up pretty good. Might have to tighten a couple of ropes. Things have stretched a little bit since setting up a week ago. Other than that, seems to be good. Dry inside. Everything's dry. It's great. So we'll give you a little bit of a turnaround here. Alrighty. So I guess first things first, I should maybe pour myself a drink, because, well, that's my ritual here at camp. I never used to drink at camp, but then Todd Burns, my boss, seemed to turn me into a rumaholic. So I'm nothing but the best. Bamboo. Yeah, okay, a little more. I don't know how much that is. I don't really care. And a little bit of Pepsi to go with that. That's good. Wow. So tonight for dinner we got cinnamon buns, pizza pops, and Pringles. Because, well, I never went shopping before I came. I'll have to go tomorrow afternoon for tomorrow's dinner. Maybe steak. So that's my wood pile for tonight. It should last me a few nights. I don't even know if I'm going to need a fire tonight. It's quite warm in here right now. My table, my chair. Things are still not quite completely set up in here to how they would normally be, but not bad. My wood stove. That thing keeps it warm down to minus 30s. Bed for whoever coming out throughout the season. Anybody else who comes out, if there's more than two of us, well, they'll have to bring their own. My bed. Like I said, I got a fire going already. There's a tent. It's a 12 by 20 Alaknak. I still need to pick up a vestibule for this. I've had it since I think 18. I'm thinking 2018. Maybe earlier than that. Don't really recall off the top of my head now. I still need to finish setting up the kitchen. Like I said, I'm not quite done yet. I forgot the tables last weekend. So I have the one for outside here and I have one for inside. So I could eat in there and stay warm before my food gets cold. So I'll be putting a tarp up across these two trees just to keep rain and everything off everything. Then once the snow comes, when it gets really cold, I'll move everything inside. There's lots of room. We can still sleep 4 in there with the 2 tables and everything else. And a little bit of wood pile happening. So Trish and I cut all this last weekend and dragged it out. Plus what you see chopped up in there, that's probably 2 trees. I got a couple more knocked down way out there. So yeah, that's camp as it is right now. It's cozy. I'm definitely not roughing it. I could show up right after work on an evening, make myself some dinner, and enjoy the evening before I go hunting the next morning, which is the idea to all this. No getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning just so I could be here for first light. I could have a nice sleep, a couple of drinks, a good meal before bed. It's a lot easier to deal with. A little bit of work at the beginning, a little bit of work at the end. It's way better than traveling back and forth each time you're hunting. So say if you're hunting 2 days in a row, well, you're burning well over a tank of gas. Maybe a tank and a quarter for 2 days of hunting if you want to travel back and forth to the city. So this is a far better option. At one point we were staying in a hotel in Arborg because it's about the same price, gas versus hotel, and then I said, well, why don't we just set up a camp? This is silly. So that's what we're doing now. Anyways, we'll check in again a little bit later. I'm gonna enjoy my drink by the fire. Welcome back. Well, it's 11 o'clock, beginning of my first morning. So I went out this morning and rain squalls going through. Kind of expected that. It said showers for the morning. Then I went back to camp and had a little bit of breakfast, cinnamon bun. And now I'm just headed into town. Need to pick up some dinner for tonight. And a couple other little odds and ends. I want to find a bracket for my fan. For when it does get a little colder, I can run a fan in the tent just to keep the air circulating a little better. I have one of those wood-powered or heat-powered fans that sit on a wood stove. But just to help with humidity and just keep circulation going during the early evenings, I figured I'd run the generator. So, I have a generator now, just a small one, just enough to run a fan or two. Other than that, nothing this morning. I heard one shot. It's muzzleloader season right now. I'm hunting with my bow. But yeah, I heard the one shot quite a ways away. But that was it. Oh, and it's youth for muzzleloader. So if you're using a muzzleloader this week, up until end of day tomorrow, Sunday, you have to be 16 and under, I believe it is, to hunt with a muzzleloader this week. Otherwise, you're fine and clear with a bow as an adult right now. Anyways, check back before I head out, or when I'm in the stand later on this afternoon. I don't know if I'm going to sit in my stand or on the ground or what. But there was zero movement this morning. It was windy here and there. Plus the rain squalls coming through. I don't think too much was moving at all. All right. Afternoon. So I just made it up into my stand, the stand that I have closest to my camp. I twisted my ankle this afternoon, cutting down a couple of trees. I stepped in a hole and rolled it. Felt something go pop. Pretty swollen. Hurting pretty good. Anyhow, just had a tractor with a hay wagon on it with a couple of tractor tires on there and a bunch of kids riding down the trail here. Anyhow, it is probably about 4 o'clock now. Sunset is 6:25. Plus you have about half an hour of grace period. to hunt. So I'm going to sit here and hopefully I'll see something. This area is rarely productive, however, mainly just in the late season, mid to end of November, early December. This area is extremely productive. They seem to come in here and hold up and bed down and so on and so forth after they've been pushed around a fair bit. Anyways, I'll check back in if I happen to see something. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at here. Trail down there, right in front. Skirts all the way along the side there. And there's a whole bunch of fingers that come back across here, all the way down straight to my camp. The trail that runs straight here, runs straight to my camp. Anyhow, let's see what transpires this evening. Well, I'm back at camp. All I seen was a couple squirrels and a woodpecker. Woodpecker was really noisy. So were the squirrels. Squirrels were probably way noisier than any deer I would ever see. Definitely get your attention when they're running around or chittering at you, or whatever it is so they do for a noise. Anyways, nothing seen, nothing heard. I don't really see much in there for track or movement going through. We were here last weekend, Trish and I, when we set up camp, and there was some track in there, but nothing really fresh. So I might move for tomorrow morning. That's the end of day one. Well, no hunting for me this morning. My ankle is just far too sore. So it's 11:10. I'm all packed up. I lazied around this morning. Did not feel like walking at all. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me for today. I'm gonna go home, rest up, do some laundry. Everything's done. I never did get that tarp over here set up for the kitchen. Doesn't really matter. Another week we're gonna have snow and I'm gonna have to take it down anyway. So this is the camp. My truck. Pooper is over there. I'm gonna have to find a better place for it. Last year I had one of those portable shelters, or those pop-up changing rooms or whatever it is I use for a pooper. So everybody can have some privacy. Maybe I'll grab another one. So this is my camp. My collapsible pails that are in the windows, that's just to keep the air circulation inside. It helps with some of the humidity. Like I said, I got some trees knocked down over here and there, some back there. I got another 4 trees knocked down on top of what I have here, and the wood box inside the tent is full. So that's it for my first weekend. Oh, and my burn barrel for any waste that I accumulate, because I don't want to leave it laying around, that's for sure. So once that pail is filled up, I have a hole cut in the bottom of it, obviously. I'll let all liquids go through, but any of the solid waste I'll throw in that pail once it starts to freeze up next weekend, and I'll burn it. There's nothing hanging around. Nobody likes stepping in a pile of doo-doo when they're going for a walk in the bush. At least not me. I don't like it. So yeah, this is my camp. It's our 4th or 5th year here. It's comfortable. It's not too far. I get here in just under 2 hours, right after work. So I'll be coming up next weekend with my dad. We're gonna go for muzzleloader. Well, he's gonna go for muzzleloader. I'm gonna use my bow. And that should be about it. Alrighty. We'll catch you next weekend, part 2 of Hunter's Log 2023.